This episode of Unqualified is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. On the drive to and from my parents' house in Washington State, we almost always stop at two particular McDonald's, one in Salem, Oregon, and another in Eureka, California. At the moment, we are in the parking lot of the Salem location, and I just finished a Big Mac and fries. Even though we are just passing through, I appreciate the familiarity and feeling of community. The other day, I was looking through my mother-in-law's photo album and came across a photo where she and her friends are standing in front of a McDonald's wearing their cheerleading uniforms. I usually call my mother-in-law New Mom, but her name is Marcia. Under the photo, Marcia had written a note, and I talked her into letting me read it here. San Bernardino, California. I have so many memories of this McDonald's over the years. My father took me there on what I think was opening day. What a thrill it was as a young girl to order a chocolate shake, hamburger, and French fries. Then there was the time when my cousin Hinda and I were given a tour and allowed to take dill pickles by the cupful out of a huge barrel. We must have eaten 100 pickles each. Everyone in my family knows the story of how I accidentally missed the ketchup container and dipped a fry into my milkshake. Now when I dip fries in my shake, it's on purpose. I remember when I was 12 years old, my mother and my cousin Noel Novak, Larry's brother, picked me up from dance class, and we went for dinner to celebrate Noel's graduation from high school. Years later, when I was in high school, we would go to McDonald's every Friday night after the football game. I wish you could see this photo. Marcia couldn't remember if they won the game that night, but everyone is smiling as if they did. Wherever your local McDonald's is, there's nothing better than that wonderful feeling of community. Stonestreet. Oh, sorry, that's the squeaking of my chair. Okay. All right, I'm locked and loaded. Are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm locked. Sorry, I have my raspy voice. I'm getting over a cold.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. My voice is different. I hope it really doesn't throw you.
I think it's sexy, and I'm also suddenly worried about our next podcast guest who may be breathing in your sweet.
Oh, no, don't worry about that.
I actually don't. I kind of really don't.
Isn't LA funny that way? Everyone's like, are you okay? And don't get too close to me.
They make a big thing at work, Mom, about it, too.
Getting sick?
So if I do get sick, I don't say anything because I'm worried I'll get the blame for...
Yeah. Well, we are working in close quarters with each other. I don't know about you guys. You and Allison, you get pretty close over there.
We get real close.
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, dear listeners, I've got the great pleasure of having Eric Stonestreet here tonight. And he's playing with my hand lotion.
Wow, he's the first guest to actually pick up the hand lotion and start using it.
What the fuck is it?
Well, I'm surprised that of the things in front of you, that's what you picked up.
Well, I like good smelling things.
Because
that's why
will
I
you tell our
picked it up.
listeners what's in front of you?
Looks like there's a lighter. There is some water. There is a candle. There's a matryoshka, Russian nesting doll. That's the word for it.
That's amazing.
I
learned that on a TV show once. This is a penis and a vagina, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted you to tell our listeners, because of all the things you picked up, you could.
What is this? Is this anatomy?
Yeah.
Is this a penis inside of a vagina?
No, just the penis. You can take it apart.
Well, it's upside down.
Well.
Oh, I see. Mine doesn't do that. How does it do this?
And then you can take it apart.
Hey, I got a question.
Yeah?
Is this average size penis? Because I feel pretty good about myself.
Yes, that is the average size.
Are you serious?
Yes.
God.
Yes, I am.
Hello. Anyway, can I get another napkin? That lotion got everywhere.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
The cap wasn't on it from whoever didn't play with it
I think there
before
was
me.
a lot of squeezing done.
Yeah, well,
to it.
what are you asking?
And it
Wait,
kind of doesn't smell very good, does it? I'm sorry.
the lotion? No, it smells fine. It's girly, but why is there a lotion and a fake penis in front of me? What were you guys going to ask me to do on this podcast?
And you can take it apart. Lots of fun. This should be on your toy show.
Oh my God, that would be incredible.
Holy shit, man.
Kids would love that. Wait, did you invent this? Because you can bring it on the next season.
I did not. Wouldn't it be impressive if you like saw my like plastic melting machines in the garage?
No, I meant, did you invite vaginas and anuses?
Oh,
Invent
yes.
them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did. Yeah. Sorry.
You should totally. Wait, why are they here though? Come on, please, somebody answer.
I don't even know.
I bought them because I wanted them. And then I brought them down here for guests to look at. Eric, if you have to see the rest of we have creepy things in this house. I don't think this qualifies as creepy.
Well, that's a pineapple. I'm just listing things that I see now.
Yeah, this isn't the super
Creepy
You're
room?
not at the creepy
Well,
parts.
thank you for not taking me into the creepy room.
That's the attic. She has stored a bunch of our guests in the attic.
Yes.
Stored them?
You know, if I really like you, I just want to keep you.
I understand that impulse. I get it.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by State Farm. And in honor of their surprisingly great auto insurance rates, I'm going to tell you about a particularly surprising day on set. It takes me a long time to read a script. For almost every line of dialogue, I will stop to figure out why my character would say it, how it fits in the conversation, and how it's going to come out of my mouth. Between the lines, there are larger chunks of text which describe everything else happening in the scene. Maybe what a room looks like, what characters are wearing, and what they're doing. As I often underestimate how long everything in my life takes, I know I can make up some time by reading those larger chunks a little faster. I got the script for Overboard about 6 months before we started production. I read it in my warm living room, wearing comfortably warm clothes, sipping from a warm mug of tea. Somehow, it never occurred to me that when you jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean, the water is surprisingly cold. And it doesn't get any warmer on take 2. Here at Unqualified, we love State Farm because they provide coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Osea. Wondering what to gift your friends and family this holiday season? Female founded over 25 years ago by a mother and daughter team, Osea's award-winning cleansers, serums, face moisturizers, and body products give you the results you want. Skin that looks and feels amazing. I recently got to try Osea's new body butter, which, like their now famous Undaria algae body oil, transforms dry skin without being greasy, has the same incredible scent, and leaves your skin soft, smooth, and healthy looking. If my experience is any indication, you can count on your partner giving you a lot of compliments. This holiday season, stock up and share your new favorite clean skincare and body care with your friends and family. Unqualified listeners get 10% off your first order with promo code ANNA at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order, and orders over $50 get free shipping. Gifting is always easier if you start early, so head to OSEAMalibu.com. Use code ANNA. Hey, Eric, will you tell us a little bit about your experiences in life?
Sure. Where would you like me to start? My first memory?
Yeah. And then we'll skip a little bit of time, but I want to know your first memory.
I think one of my first memories is throwing up grape juice in my dad's hands.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. It kind of sets the tone.
Yeah.
My dad's there for me.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I've thought about it before, and I'm pretty sure that's my first memory. because I do remember it. So that qualifies as a memory.
Do you think that one sticks out so much because you
I like grape
feel
juice.
guilty about it?
No.
Or like at the time, did you feel bad? Like, oh no, I just threw up on my dad's
No, I
hands.
probably would have thought I was in trouble, but I think I'm not. I think I was like 3. I think I was 3 or 4, because I have a picture that I've always equated to that day, whether it's from that day or not, that I was really sick, and that I'm sleeping on a couch in my diaper, toddler pants, whatever they are, with my pet frog, my stuffed frog with me. I had a frog that I carried instead of a teddy bear or an animal, and his name was Yeah. I still have him.
Yeah.
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 YA. I mean,
But I feel like you had an intimate twist on the end of when you said yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
My intimate twist is the lotion on this fake penis. There's my intimate twist. So I think that's my first memory. But I don't think I felt bad. I think as I've gone on through life, I feel like it's a pretty solid memory to have, thrown up in your dad's hands.
Yeah, I approve. And then what about LA?
So jumping to 30 years later. Yeah, LA. It's really something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't you just hate it? I mean, love it and hate it. All at the same time.
Yeah. There, I do.
I mean,
do.
to be fair, if anybody's listening and is thinking like, it must be so bad you're on a TV show or whatever. I had the same feeling about it before I was ever successful, whatever that means.
Yeah.
I hated that I loved it. I had to come to the feeling that there was something about my personality that enjoyed the constant limbo and gamble. Like there's something that drives me and enjoys that. Now, I've had a great job for now 8 years. I also enjoy that because I'd never had that before. There's something weird about us that we enjoy rejection or disappointment or ups and downs of a very volatile, exciting business.
Yeah, and especially that, I mean, being on Mom is my first long-term job.
Yeah.
And I was so used to, a 3-month shoot and then scrambling to get the next job. Now sort of adjusting to the being on a show for this amount of time, it's been an odd adjustment. Like,
Is this season 3 or 4?
This is 4.
You finished 4.
We're about to. We have 2
About to
more,
finish
yeah.
4, yeah. So cute.
How many seasons has Modern Family been on?
8. So, yeah. I can say it's cute.
That's fucking rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. But let me tell you, you were, you before Mom, like people knew who you were. No one knew who the hell I was except friends that I'd gone to high school with and college with before Modern Family. And so before I got this show, my longest job in Hollywood had been 8 days. The longest consecutive time I was employed in a 12-year career.
Wow.
In a successful
And what
career.
was it?
A campaign of commercials for Comcast where I did like 10 commercials and it took 8 days to shoot it. Now, I had been put on a weekly on TV shows before, meaning that I got paid for a week, but they'd shoot me out in 1 or 2 days. So constant employment, meaning I get to wake up and go to work, wake up the next day, go to work, wake up the next. My longest stint was 8 days. And then Modern Family, of course, that's long-term employment.
Yeah.
Were you able to support yourself as an actor during those 12 years?
Yeah, I mean that's what's crazy is I had what any actor, sort of looking in at my career, would happily exchange with. Like I was guest starring on TV shows and co-starring and done over, I think, 60 some commercials in a career and owned a home. And, I was making it and getting close on different shows, testing for things, not getting them, booked a couple pilots, didn't go, that kind of career. So I was on the right trajectory, but not having the creative stimulation and like the creative, feeling of like, I'm really making a difference, or I'm putting my stamp on anything. My career was more be on time, shut up, hit your mark, know your lines, and, don't ask a lot of questions, which I was happy to do. Paid good.
But there's a loneliness. Obviously, there's a loneliness to LA.
Well,
there's certainly a loneliness to what we do.
Yeah. I think about this all the time. It's like people's perception of us, people that do what we do, I think is not always remotely accurate, like of who we are as people. I don't know if people ask you this when, you're doing interviews and stuff, but people are always like, well, what's it like to be famous? Or what's it like to people to recognize you? It's like a number one question people ask. And I always say, it's like, I don't wake up and think, oh, I'm famous. I wake up and I think like, oh man, I gotta trim my big toe today. I keep forgetting to do that. Or I wake up and I'm a little gassy or, whatever it is. And it's not until I go outside of my home or go someplace that someone reminds me or reminds us that they know me from something other than seeing me at the store. I mean, I still get caught getting visibly angry at people that are staring at me. And I'm like, what the fuck is that person looking at? And somebody will have to be like,
well, gosh, that would be like people have posted angry pictures of,
well, no.
that would just be amazing.
Yeah, but people always post pictures of people when they shoot paparazzi photos on Modern Family. I always do have a serious look on my face. And it bothers me that people will comment and say, why does Eric Stonestreet always look angry? Why does he always look like he's got to take a poop or something like that? I mean, it's funny, but it's also like, well, because you don't know me. You know
Right.
my character, and I'm probably thinking about something in life that's complex, just like everyone else does. And I'm not in a good mood, or I may have just found out some really bad news, or I might have to go poop.
Right. No, I know. They can tell a whole story with something that's completely unrelated.
Albeit, it just happened yesterday in the parking lot where I was picking up some stuff. I just got a new smoker and I'm smoking some meat. I almost brought.
Oh, that's awesome! What? Oh my gosh,
It didn't turn out. It didn't turn out as well as I wanted it, so I didn't bring it. But I didn't know if you ate meat or anything.
Yeah.
But I was going to bring you a smoked pork sandwich.
Sorry. Oh my God! Don't tell me that.
Next time. And so I got the smoker. So we were getting stuff at the grocery store, and I'm walking out, and I'm like, that girl will not stop staring at me. And then, and I'm not making it up. It's like, I don't ever want to just think someone knows me. And then, my friend that was with me was like, well, dude.
I think Chris kind of had something similar.
Yeah, but now he's a movie star.
Well, but
that's different.
But it comes still as a little bit of a surprise.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
In a way.
No, I thought you meant like people are more scared of movie stars than they are TV stars.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, I think I've heard a lot of people say it. Kelsey Grammer, I've heard talk about it, and people that have, John Lithgow, people that have been on TV a lot longer than I have. You have to get in your car, you have to make a plan, you have to go buy a ticket, and you have to sit in a dark theater and buy your popcorn to go see a movie star. Where I'm in bed with you every night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Like I'm at your dinner table, like when you're, watching TV. So I think there's a familiarity with me and people on TV more than there are with, even though Chris has been on TV plenty as well. I just think that is. And now, listen, I'm not complaining about any of that. I think it's great. I wouldn't trade anything for a second. But I also think it's important that people learn a little bit, at least, to meet me where I might be and meet you where you are, and not just assume that I wake up, paint my, toenails with glitz and glamour, and I'm having this great life all the time.
Yeah.
This is going back to when you said lonely, by the way.
Right.
That's what made me start talking about this, because you can start to feel lonely.
Yeah. And I don't know, and the complicated feelings of the headiness that fame can also bring too. For me, I sort of found myself liking it more than I wanted to.
Yeah, here's what I've also thought. If you're not a decent person, fame's easy. But because I consider myself a caring, conscientious person, I feel like I'm disappointing people all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't care about people, it's like, whatever. But because I don't want to leave a room if somebody really wanted to meet me and say hi to me, And now I'm going to think about that.
Right. Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it. I'm sorry.
No. It's fascinating. It's part of our culture, and we're up here in my weird home with creepy things. Okay.
Yeah, can I talk about how lost I got getting here?
I'm so
It
sorry.
doesn't give anything away though, right?
To my one stalker out there. It's
Yeah, but I'm right here, so
windy,
I
dark,
finally made it in.
dangerous road with lots of spooky trees.
And spooky penises.
I love that you just added in the penis there.
Yeah,
I like that.
it's a callback.
Spooky penis.
Spooky penis. Get it out of my face.
You want the vagina?
Yeah, that'll make me feel better.
Okay.
But God, well, what if I start stroking that? Everybody's
I
going to
know.
see my moves.
All right. So this is a segment called Deal Breakers.
Okay.
Now, in this segment, you are single.
I am single in real life.
Okay, great. You start dating this girl. It's
And I'm supposed to answer this honestly, right? I feel safe with you.
as honest as you want to be.
Oh, see,
this doesn't
that's
go
different.
anywhere.
This doesn't go anywhere else.
So you've been dating this gal. You really like her. It's your second or third date.
Okay.
Okay.
God, I can't believe she went out with me 3 times.
She's an American, but she lived in London for a year, and she returned about 6 or 7 months ago.
Back here.
Yeah.
From London.
Mm-hmm. She says to you, "I take my vitamins every day."
And she's American.
Yeah. And then she says, "I always recycle aluminum."
Aluminum, yeah.
And later she says that she's going to have to return to her flat.
Yeah, it's... when do you want me to say deal breaker?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely a conversation to where I'll know if I'm interested in her, if I call her on it, what her reaction is.
How would you call her on it?
I'd be like, hey, it's vitamins. You're from Kentucky originally.
It's this habit that I just picked up.
Okay. Well,
I slip sometimes. I know it's like, yeah, I know that it's vitamins. Sometimes it slips.
time to break it. And then I'd kind of hammer it a couple times, and then I would start to ask more deep questions about it, like why, well, okay, then why don't you call cigarettes fags?
Because that's not proper.
It is. If you're in London, so what are you going to pick and choose? Then it would get confrontational. Then she would be like, now you're scary, angry,
You're
Eric.
a dick.
Yeah, well, take care.
Hey, you know what? You're a real wanker.
Yeah. Well, at least I know my penis is above average. Bye. No, that would be only if she didn't have a sense
just like
of humor.
all the other blokes I've dated.
I do love that they can say the C word there, and it doesn't have the
Cunt.
same meaning as
We
it
say
does
it
here.
here.
Well, yeah, but here it's way more foul than it is there.
No, I know we say it here in my podcast.
Oh, a cunt.
Cunt, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Would you like to join the movement to own cunt as the British own it? Because that's what we're starting here.
Yeah, I'd like it.
Okay.
Cunt.
So you would prefer cunt to be a casually used word that you say to a taxi driver.
Yeah, not necessarily a woman. Female.
Would you mind signing our petition?
You have a cunt petition.
yeah.
A cuntition.
I just think we bring the power back by...
Yeah. Well, that's what Lenny Bruce, his whole philosophy of naughty words is take the power away from him.
Yeah.
Next
It's
deal
all about
breaker.
offensiveness. All right. You've been dating this girl since January 16th.
Let's make up a name just for this one.
I love it.
You want to go Charlotte, Yvette, Lindsay, Lucy.
Let's go with Yvette.
Okay, great.
If she drives a Chevette, it's a deal breaker.
She doesn't.
Okay, good. She's still in.
You've been dating this girl, Yvette, since January 16th. It's now early May. things are going well with Yvette. You're having brunch. It's May 6th. And over brunch, she says to you, Mother's Day is coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I'm a mommy.
And this is the first I'm hearing about it?
I'm a cat mommy.
Oh.
I just want you to give you a heads up because you don't necessarily have to give me a gift.
I'm out.
But
There's no, it's not gonna be hard to eliminate me from many situations. It's why I'm single. This game defines me. I'm no bullshit.
I love it. Yvette, she got the axe.
It's the fucking road, you cunt.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, the last one.
I want more. I don't want it to be the last one. I'm getting to know myself.
Oh no, we've got a couple more ideas.
Okay. Can I just say that right now I'm really glad this is 90 minutes and not 60?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm having really good.
You
Good. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh, that makes me feel really good.
It's not always that I'm enjoying myself.
Oh, that makes me feel really, really, really good.
And you have to put a vagina in front of me. So just one inside of it. Go ahead.
Our the gal you've been dating, isn't famous,
Good.
but all three of her past boyfriends are.
Oh, done.
No questions?
Out.
Wait, don't you want to know?
Wait a minute. You
who
don't
they are?
want to know who?
Okay, I'll hear who they are, sure.
No. But would you ask her?
Yeah, I would. Well, I would assume I would already know this. I would find it out. But, I mean, I can tell you specifically now how something like this applies to my life. But, let me hear the rest.
Should we hear both versions, like how it applies to his life right now, and then you can read off the names, or do you want to read off the names now?
Okay, let's read off the names.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, let's just go under the assumption that you're
How many dates have I been on with this girl, by the way?
let's say 4, and you really like her, and you found out that she has 3 famous boyfriends because some idiot Facebooked her and whatever.
Well, that's a problem because she didn't tell me that.
That what?
She had 3 famous boyfriends.
Oh, you would by that date you would want to have known?
Maybe not that her boyfriends, but I think I would want to know. I think
You think that because I don't know if I would feel comfortable being like, well, you should know that my
fair.
ex.
That's fair. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening. I'm just thinking about something, but go ahead.
Okay. All right.
And I'm finding this all out at one time?
Yeah. I mean, assuming that you had to ask her though. She's not a good, whatever. She is who she is, but she's not the kind of person that tells you.
He's not going to offer it up.
Right.
So I find out maybe she had one famous boyfriend. I'm like, so you dated so-and-so? And she's like, yeah. And I said, well, have you dated any other famous guys?
There we
She's
go.
like,
Perfect.
That's great.
yes,
That's
and
perfect.
yes. Okay, great. So now I'm finding this out. I knew
Perfect.
one, and now I'm finding out the other 2.
By the way, he's a lot like you, Anna. Like he needs all the details. He needs the name of the person. And I like that. That's
Go
great.
ahead. I want to know this.
Okay. Steve Buscemi, David Schwimmer, Chad Michael Murray.
Okay, I don't know who that is. He's a country singer?
No,
He was on One Tree Hill.
One Tree
Oh,
Hill.
okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who that. He's a real handsome guy, isn't he?
No, he's handsome.
Okay.
I was gonna step in as your girlfriend and be like, I don't really care about looks.
Oh, are we? Okay.
But
Clearly, we're on our 3rd date.
yeah, so those are your people. There.
Okay. How old is Chad Michael Murray?
Now I think he's I don't know, late 20s.
Steve Buscemi's like 50-something. David Schwimmer's 50-something. Chad Michael Murray is, I would guess, 30-something.
They sort of they just came into my life at really specific times that I was, each one sort of healed me in a different kind of way.
Healed you. See, that would make me out. I mean, I do like the hypothesis there, because we do live in a town where it's completely possible that people have dated somebody else on TV, not purposefully or in a movie. But I will tell you what I do when I meet or match a girl online or something like that on Bumble or Raya. I immediately go to their Instagram and I look and see who they follow. Oh. And if it's just filled with check marks, meaning authenticated blue check marks, then that tells me a lot.
Interesting. You probably can't give an example of like one of the blue check marks that would be like, oh no.
It's not about whether it's a dude. It's about like whether somebody follows Kim Kardashian, so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. And there's no guy named John from Poughkeepsie. And there's none of her friends are there.
That's
it's just
interesting.
all blue stars. That tells me that it doesn't tell me they're a bad person, but it tells me that they might be excited to talk to me for a reason that's not because I'm a pretty good guy.
Yeah.
It might be just another check mark on their Instagram.
Do you feel more comfortable on Raya because you feel it's your peers versus Bumble?
I don't feel comfortable on any of it, but I like it.
So
I've only met one person in person on Raya.
But what do you like about it? I've never done it.
Well, hopefully not.
Oh, man.
You missed the whole thing. And that's the reason I do it, is because I don't feel like because I'm on TV or perceived as in the public eye, I told you this before, I don't feel like I should be eliminated from participating in pop culture. Like, why can't I play the swipe no and swipe yes game with people?
Yeah,
They're doing it to me.
I love that.
We've been doing it to each other our whole lives. And so now we just have a different way of saying no thank you to people. Well, I've met nice people.
Yeah.
When I was doing Tinder, I don't do Tinder anymore. I was doing Tinder. I met a bevy of a whole spectrum of people. People that I dated for like a few weeks, a couple months. People that I went out with and just didn't connect with. Mm-hmm. People that I banged.
Yeah.
The whole deal.
Yeah.
All of it.
That makes sense.
And then on Raya, I've only met one person that I've matched with in person. And that was in London when I was there doing press. We had matched, and she was in London, and so was I. So we met and had a drink.
And how was it?
I signed an NDA. It was good. It was fun.
Are you good at like opening dates? Like what's your move?
Well, that gets another question, because I don't really go on a lot of dates. It gets to that whole kind of somewhat of a lonely thing. I don't trust meeting people that much. So, and all my friends are married, and nobody's like beating my door down saying, I've got this great gal that I want you to meet. But
that never happens in LA though.
I know.
But if I were single, I would think I would like to be on those dating apps too.
You would.
Because I don't know.
It's fun.
It's like
we met on a dating app.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Which one?
We met on Hinge.
Oh yeah, I was on that for a minute, and I never went out with. I matched with people and never met them. I just chicken out.
Are you still doing it?
Yeah, but not that much.
I wouldn't know how to go out on a first date at this point at all. I would sit down and I would say like, tell me your reoccurring nightmares from age 16 to 17. But what do I say to the, how do I get to?
But that's a good thing. That's a good thing for you. Like that's a real, to me, that would be a really comforting thought for you.
Oh,
I know it's like easy to see it from the outside, but like that makes me jealous that you wouldn't know how to do that. And it makes me happy for your husband. Do you know what I mean? Like that sounds great. That you don't know how to date and wouldn't know how to date and you wouldn't know how to talk to somebody else. Boy, that sounds like,
it is comforting.
that sounds cozy.
There are so many rules that I just don't know. I don't know.
Well, girls reveal themselves pretty quickly, like where they, and that's a hard thing for girls to hear, in my opinion. Girls reveal themselves fairly quickly as to what they are looking for.
Right.
And sometimes they're in denial in
Right.
some girls just want that and nothing else. And girls are like, it's not possible.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say that I think guys reveal their hand, but I think that would be revealing my hand to you.
Guys reveal their hands. There's no mystery with guys. There really isn't.
That's true.
Yeah, but I think that I don't know. For a long time I felt like they are
Mysterious?
mysterious. You are
Men. Well, but I think I
was overthinking them.
I think for sure. I think it's a faux mystery. Before that book was written, He's Just Not Really Into You or whatever, I was giving all my girlfriends advice, basically the same for years. Mm-hmm. It's like you can boil a guy down. And I'm not saying men are just this, but you can boil a man down to what's sitting in front of me,
right,
which is his fake vagina. And if a guy isn't taking the appropriate steps to park that fake penis in that fake vagina, he's a waste of your time.
Yeah.
If he's not doing what it requires, meaning calling you,
right,
now texting you, arranging being in the same place,
right,
then
right,
what are you thinking? It's not that complicated.
That's I know, but those are the things that nobody wants to hear. So.
I know, God, I don't want to hear it either, and I just said it.
But they need to.
But I'm not saying that that's just what men are. I'm not saying that, because clearly it becomes more about that once you evolve and find someone that you're in love with and want to be with. That's a different thing than when a girl's sitting by the phone wondering why a guy's not calling.
Right.
That's different than relationships and different than loving someone and caring for them. If you're a girl waiting for a guy to call you and hasn't called you, I can 100% tell you that you should move on.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way coming this way.
Yeah.
If a girl isn't texting me back, or she waits 4 days and I'm not taking the hint, then I'm an idiot, which I've been before.
Yeah.
Have you been ghosted? Well, no, you haven't. You're married. I got ghosted, though. Have you ever been ghosted? Do you know what ghosted is?
When someone just disappears, right?
Yeah, just like you think you're like it's going pretty good or whatnot, and then
all of a sudden.
But can it be friendship too, or can it be?
Yeah, I guess that would be even harder to deal with, a friendship.
But ghosting is the easy way out in dating now.
Yeah,
you just stop texting them.
Yeah. And that. Oh,
I went out. I
may have ghosted a few of my friends. I still love you.
Yeah, I went out on a date with a couple or with this girl a few times, and then thought it was going really well,
and then nothing.
Yeah,
that's
a blow.
Yeah,
that's happened to me.
So it's a two-way street, or as I like to say, a two-way Stonestreet.
Yep. Would you have appreciated her just saying, "I don't think we're right for each other"?
No, it actually is better, because I've always said this before. Like, we've been rejected, all of us. Like, like I've been rejected. Like, I feel like girls have decided not to date me for years and years and years for various reasons.
I think that as you get older, you're able to recognize, sort of the warning signs or whatever much sooner. So it's easy to be a little bit more, you're just in tune to people's motives, a little bit better. But when you're young, you're just blinded. Did you have a girlfriend in high school that broke your heart?
Well, she didn't break my heart in high school. She broke my heart in our sophomore year in college. And I thought that at the time. I don't think that anymore. It's interesting because she is the reason I'm an actor. Like, her breaking up with me is what made me audition for a play. So it's hard to hold her accountable for anything. Thank you. But yeah, I was, played football. She was a cheerleader, and we dated. And, I thought, like, well, I'm going to marry my high school sweetheart, and I'm going to get a job and have kids and do that thing. And then we both got a scholarship to a junior college, me for track and field and her for dance. And We went to college together our first year, and then I tore my rotator cuff and broke my foot in a fall. Sleepwalking. It's a whole nother story.
No.
Yeah. Sleepwalking.
Really?
Yeah. Fell down 14 steps in my sleep.
I thought that was a bit for a second. Oh my gosh.
No. And then that made me realize, like, look, I'm not going to be an Olympic discus thrower here, so what am I really doing? So I decided to transfer to Kansas State, which is where all my buddies went, and my brother and his sister had gone. And I went there, and she stayed behind and met a baseball player. And that was it. And I was bummed and depressed and couldn't get out of bed. Sad. My best friend, Paul, who's still my best friend, he lives out here. We had lunch today, actually. He had done theater in high school, and he was like, dude, you should audition for a play. Just go up to the theater department and audition for a play. I'll go with you. I said, well, if you do, I will. So I did, and he got cast in Hamlet, and I got cast in a play called Prelude to a Kiss, and that's the whole reason I went, was to try to just like jumpstart my sadness. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So she knows all about that. I mean, I've talked about it before and told her, and we've, passed years ago.
That's amazing. Should we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah, let's and then get to calls.
Yeah.
We have calls?
Okay.
Yeah, what? You're going to be great at this.
Yes.
There are a couple of callers that actually need relationship advice.
Oh.
Yeah, we call a couple strangers.
I'm going to drop the hammer.
I know. Damn. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by ZocDoc. Who gets excited about trying a new restaurant that has 2 out of 5 stars? When it comes to finding healthcare, don't ratings matter even more? ZocDoc is a free app where you can compare doctors, read reviews from real patients, and even make same-day appointments. When I finally called to reschedule my dentist appointment, I was told that my dentist had been retired for nearly 3 years. In my defense, parking was a nightmare. Through ZocDoc, I found a new dentist who had great reviews, took my insurance, and whose office was actually within walking distance. I was also able to book an appointment instantly without talking to a receptionist who made me feel guilty about not having my teeth cleaned for 3 years. My new dentist didn't make me feel guilty either, and only suggested I floss a little more often. Whether you need a primary care physician, dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/unqualified and download the ZocDoc app. Sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor who might be available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/unqualified. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and the lofty goal of creating boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Sunglasses, with or without a prescription, start at $95 and, just like eyeglasses, are available through their home try-on program. You just choose 5 pairs and see which ones you like. I was surprised by how quickly they arrived, which presented me with the immediate problem of deciding which ones to keep. I loved all of them, so you can guess what happened. And not only can you feel good about how cool you look, you can also feel good knowing that for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need through partnerships with nonprofits like Vision Spring. Offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams, Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So put your FSA or HSA dollars to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/unqualified. That's warbyparker.com/unqualified.
Okay, so we're going to call our youngest listener or caller, Jack. He's in Austin. He's only 18.
Oh.
And he needs our help.
Hello?
Hey, Jack, it's Sim. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really well. Here's Anna.
Hi, Jack. How you doing?
Awesome.
Anna's going to introduce our guest.
We've got Eric Stonestreet here from Modern Family and his new show, The Toy Box, which is going to be awesome.
Hi, Jack.
Hi.
So, Jack, tell us what's been happening since you broke up with your ex-girlfriend.
Well, we broke up about a year, just less than a year ago. We dated for about 2 years.
Hold on, Jack. I'm going to stop you right away and say we're still talking about this chick, or you've been away from her for a year?
Yeah, I know. It's been a bit of a headache.
All right, go on.
Yeah, we broke up. We broke up a while ago. It was kind of a nasty breakup. We both just sort of, it did not go very cordially. And, yeah, since then, it's sort of come and gone in waves, but, she's been, pretty nasty to me directly and, like publicly, like on social media, and she on her Twitter and has this blog. Now this wouldn't be a problem usually, but I mean, we have several mutual friends. We live in the same city. And so it's been kind of a nightmare to deal with. And it's sort of, tanked. What she's been doing is tanked a couple of my friendships and has tanked potential relationships. And it's gotten worse and worse. And it's definitely a nightmare.
Wait, were you dating Lucifer? Who? What? Like?
And you're not in a place where you could ask her like what's going on. I mean, or like
right.
have
You tried that, right? You told me you tried that.
Yeah, so I did try that several times, like 3 or 4 months ago, and it got to a point where I could not even contact her because she would just get so aggressive and horrible and just would completely change the subject and talk about the relationship and talk about how horrible of a person I am and blah, blah, blah.
Okay, wait, Jack, back it up a second. So when you guys broke up, did you cheat on her? Was there like a big event that I'm curious about why some of your friends have turned against you? I just don't, or why she's so aggressive.
Well, first of all, throughout our relationship, she had her parents had a sort of bad relationship with each other, and because of what happened with her parents, she sort of plagued herself with this paranoia of that sort of thing, like that I would cheat on her. And it wasn't if I catch you cheating on me, like we're breaking up. It was that I already had cheated on her and that she was very tough about that. But yeah, as soon as we broke up, she assumed that I had cheated on her and just ran with that and posted about it on her social media. And I guess really just lied straight up about that. And that definitely did not go very well for me.
Okay, Eric has a thought, and I've got a couple thoughts.
Yo, Jack, what's up, bro? First time caller. Long time listener. Jack. Hey, are you there? Yeah. Okay. So listen.
Yeah.
You know what a mirror is?
A mirror?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What's a mirror do?
Okay, see, Eric has been fucking with me all night. I
don't think he's fucking with Jack.
No, I'm not
I think
fucking with him.
I think he has a point here.
Alright.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. You know what a mirror does?
It reflects.
Yeah. Sometimes we look in the mirror and we see something looking back at us that we hate and we don't like, right? And so what we do is we lash out at other people. My suspicion, my friend Jack, without knowing shit about Lucifer, this girl that you were dating, is that she was projecting onto you what she was doing herself. And I would guess if you could do a little digging, you would find out that she was cheating on you or having thoughts about somebody else, and therefore making you the victim or making you the villain because she herself was the villain and she couldn't see herself in the mirror.
At the time near our breakup, I was doing a lot of extra work, and I was, I guess, very busy a lot. And she would ask me if I could do things, knowing that I wouldn't be able to. And if I wasn't able to see her, she would just tell me that she would see these other guys who had been hitting on her.
Now, hold on. How long did you date this person?
A couple of years.
And you're how old are you?
18.
I'm 18.
So the question is, though, here's the thing, is that I think that you have to confront her again somehow. But more importantly, I think you need to tell your friends, like, just be really clear, like, she's spreading these lies. She's saying this stuff about me. I can tell you that's not true. And, I think
it's just hard to be constantly trying to explain to people. I don't want to have to.
I want to know why she still cares. Like, what?
I don't know.
You don't like her anymore.
She's
do you?
crazy.
So right now you want to know what you can do, right? That's why you're with us. You're calling us right now.
I want to know what I can do to
file a restraining
what
order.
Should I say to people, and B, how I can maybe just sort of make her stop, lashing out.
Yeah, Anna. So Amy has a legal point, but before we get to her legal point,
Okay.
let's talk about what you think he should do first.
I think you have to, because she's crazy, I think you have to contact her, and I think you have to say, hey, really gently, I know that you've got some anger about our breakup, and I know that you've kind of been lashing out. I just want you to know that, I have good memories of us, and
You're so nice.
No, because she's insane. She's insane. So if there's any aggression in his voice,
Yeah, I
or
understand. If you make yourself the most human version of yourself you can, that
right,
can work.
It's putting out a fire. It's like,
but I don't know that this is a fire that necessarily can put out. So the other option here is do not engage at all. And block, and just
he's tried that.
I blocked her on essentially everything. I even deleted. I don't really exist on social media anymore. But
this is harassment.
That being said, she can still make statements public.
Okay.
I can block her as much as I want, but
we've got free legal advice in the form of
my girlfriend. Obviously, Jack, if you
brilliant-
listen to the show, Amy is an attorney, so she's going to say something.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hi, Jack. I'm really sorry to butt in here. I know I'm not famous. Also, sorry, I have to preface what I'm about to say with a disclaimer. I don't know if you know this, but I know a lot of listeners do. I'm currently serving as an assistant United States attorney, but what I'm about to say to you, and frankly, anytime I open my mouth to spout off on this podcast, I'm speaking solely in my capacity as a private citizen and not on behalf of the United States Department of Justice, which I know it sounds like you're probably like, yeah, no shit, but I have to say it anyway.
No, that makes
sounds
sense.
fucking rad.
Now,
Sounds like you're super hot.
I don't know about that, but
hold on, my penis just hit the top of this table.
So the law is an imperfect mechanism to deal with these sorts of issues. It's outpaced by technological advances, and litigation is time consuming, and it's slow moving and emotionally draining and often prohibitively expensive. So I'm not recommending any course of action. I would never do that lightly, especially not until somebody's made a concerted effort to
I've spoken with my dad
informally
about
resolve.
that.
Right. But however, having said that, you do have some rights here, There's a tort called defamation. I don't know if you know what that is. In case any listeners don't, essentially, it is a false statement of fact injurious to your reputation that is made or published with a certain mental state. So malice or reckless disregard for truth, or in your case, since you're not a public figure, negligence. Now, I don't know if what she's saying about you, you've mentioned, statements that she's made on a blog and how you've lost friendships. I don't know if these facts give rise to an actionable defamation claim. I would need more information. Frankly, it's not appropriate for me to analyze that, especially.
Yeah, because Jack could be a dick.
Yeah. Well, especially on a celebrity comedy podcast.
But but true.
That is an avenue that exists. Similarly, a lot of states now have criminal cyber harassment laws. So again, criminal liability turns on specific facts. Is she making threats? Is there an intent to harass, an intent to intimidate? I don't know, based on what I've heard, if that is a possibility. But the point I really want to make is that you do have rights. Figure out what they are, and don't be afraid to let her know, in a strongly worded letter, perhaps, that you know what your rights are, and you're not afraid to exercise them if this behavior continues.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but what my question is if I mean, look, Jack, I don't know you or anything, and we're just assuming what you're telling us is the truth, and that you're just kind of innocent in all this, but you could be a butthole.
I sure might seem like that could be a possibility, but I've looked and tried to figure out if there's any way where I could have messed up or made any mistakes, but she's so aggressive that
I don't know why you're
there's nothing that I could have done to deserve this
yeah,
sort of.
well, it sounds like you've done a lot of self-reflection, and that's a really mature sign.
Do you feel like this is affecting any of your career opportunities or professional opportunities? I mean, has it reached that level?
We go to the same school.
Okay.
That if that makes sense. And she had to leave. The situation got too explosive that she had to go to another school.
What?
Whoa. Like,
Yeah.
between you and her, or was it?
I wasn't responding to anything that she was trying to send me. And when that sort of radio silence hit her, I guess it was just too much for her to handle. And
And so she left on her own.
yeah.
I'm perplexed.
I'm also a little
Yeah.
confused by all this. I don't.
know.
I mean, I think that you just listen to play back what Amy said to you, and if it escalates, then you know what your rights are, and write a strongly worded letter. And if you need legal action, I mean that's all I think we could kind of advise on this, right?
That and the friends that you're missing, that you may have lost, I would definitely reach out to them and say, I know maybe you're mad about this or whatever. I'd love to, share my side of the story because I miss you or whatever. I don't know if guys say because I miss you.
Yeah,
or
and I
whatever.
just started dating this new girl. And I don't know. I'm frankly kind of afraid that my ex might sort of harass her. And
With respect to that, be super transparent up front with this new girl and be the engine of the train and not the caboose, and get ahead of it.
Yes.
And definitely tell her that this history coming in, so that when inevitably it happens, she's not surprised by it. Brief her, bring her up to speed on it. It makes you an honest, transparent, forthright guy, which is a good quality when you're starting a new relationship, to let somebody know that you're honest, and then she's not surprised.
That's really good advice.
okay, yeah.
And let us know. Keep us updated. I'm so sorry. If I knew how to read my Twitter, I'm sure I would find a lot of mean things there.
Yeah, you sure will.
I don't want to. But anyway, so I'm
terrible
sorry
out
that you
there.
have to deal with online harassment and everything. But Jack, thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
And we love you.
No, thank you guys.
We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye, Jack. It's truly.
Sorry about that, guys.
No, what are you
it
sorry
was-
about?
yeah.
I'm confused.
No,
So who is that person?
People our listeners submit questions.
And then you contact him. So I
Yeah.
guess what I'm asking is, everything he was saying is true? He wasn't just making up the story?
I have no idea.
Okay, gotcha.
I have no, and that was for us to evaluate. He told me what the story was. He needs help with this, and you know, and I'm glad, Amy, you told him what you just told him, because I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, my advice personally would just be to disengage, but I don't know why that's not working.
All right, well, we have one more call. We're gonna call Hannah right now.
So okay.
She's in San Francisco, and she's 26.
You're so nice.
Thanks. I really love my listeners, and I love you.
Well, listen, I like you.
Thank you.
It might be love by the end.
I think it will be.
Hello.
Hey, Hannah, it's Sim. How are you?
Hey, Sim. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Here's Anna.
Hi, Hannah.
Oh my gosh. Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm nervous, but good. How are you?
Thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this Unqualified journey, Hannah. And you're here tonight with Eric Stonestreet, who gives amazing advice that's really, really thoughtful and anyway.
Hurtful.
Honestly, I'll take any advice right now, but good advice sounds good too.
We're going to try and help you, Hannah. What's been bothering you about your boyfriend these days?
Really quickly, I got divorced in 2016.
How old are you?
And sort of
26.
Just laid out a sort of couple quick rules saying that I wasn't going to get into anything serious. And sure enough, I got into something that seemed like it was going to start heading towards serious. Recently, my boyfriend of a little over a year, we are moving at a snail's pace, that being said, but the idea of meeting his parents got brought up, and brought up by him at that. And then he went ahead and bought ticket home and didn't tell me about it. And so decided that he was going to go without me. And then that conversation was squashed. So I brought it up again. And I guess as a whole, it turned out that I'm not fit to meet his parents because of like a large expanse of tattoos that I have on my arms.
Okay.
So
oh boy.
That's where I'm at currently. And I decided that I would be really vocal about it and just go ahead and say how crazy I thought that was, and that if I mattered, then shouldn't I meet his parents maybe after a year? I don't know.
Well, this is a big red flag, I think. And maybe it's because he's a little young, but if he's dealing with embarrassment from his and guilt and shame and everything from his parents, whatever is all wrapped up in his brain that they did to him or whatever, it's not going to ever go away. And if he doesn't have the guts to say, Mom, Dad, this is who I love, then that's something it's something to really examine.
Where's he from? Where is he from?
He's from Philadelphia, and I'm from Southern California. So he's from like a very upper class, kind of like waspy 1% sort of family. And I'm from like a wild like Southern California hippie. Like my parents are photographers, and like I've been getting tattooed since I was a teenager. That being said, like I have a very corporate job, and in San Francisco where we live, he's wildly proud of me and we're happy together. But I guess, the real question is is that sort of thing going to spill over? And then should I put like any forward or emotional trust into someone if I'm being compartmentalized?
No.
Oh no. Don't say it out loud. Don't say it out loud.
You know the answer
You guys.
to the question.
No.
Break up with him. Get him on the phone now. I'll tell him.
I've been like avoiding. I feel like I can't look myself in the mirror during these conversations.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mirror.
Hannah,
What do
that was
I
like
do?
almost. That was
Do I ultimatum? Is
No,
that
you don't
awful?
ultimatum. No, here's the thing. Look, a love we have for our parents is personal and it's unique and it is what it is. And you are never going to have a relationship with those parents that you think you were going to have because of where you're starting right now. And he is never going to be the man you want him to be for you with respect to those parents because of this situation. He is establishing it right from the beginning. The first question I was going to ask you is, what do you want?
I want him. I want him to want me in all areas of his life instead of just the one.
But do you though? I mean, honestly,
I have.
You want that?
I tried to be so trepidatious moving forward.
You're 26.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
You're 26. You've been
Yeah.
married. You've been married once.
Yeah.
You sound pretty. You're
not wrong.
You're in San Francisco.
And she's funny.
You're in San Francisco. I don't know what you do for a living, but if you're in San Francisco, it's probably something, tech related. Something. So my point is, you're probably, you're successful. You have your own thing going on. It's like, what do you want? Like, seriously, it's like only one the goal is only to get one relationship right in your life. Everybody fails 99.99999% of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying cut and run, but what Anna said right from the beginning is you are draped in a beautiful red flag. And anything you do moving forward, you have to take ownership of. You are draped in a red flag.
I feel like I need to go buy a red dress or something right now.
No,
Make sure it covers up your
I
fucking
think-
tattoos.
I think
Oh my God. That's amazing.
I do think, along with what Eric is saying, I think that you can ask him, or you can tell him that, to be honest, that the whole tattoo conversation has made me feel pretty lousy. And
You are so sweet.
No, I have a plan. Listen to my,
I know,
listen.
but God, I love you. I changed it. I said I liked you, but now I love you.
I have to tell no, I have a point behind this because a gentle approach will reveal his hand. If he is like, I hear you. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm kind of embarrassed that, I did that, I want, to tell my parents, what, she's got tattoos and I love her, or what,
You guys say you love each other?
We have had objective conversations about how love can be problematic in our career paths.
Okay. Did you go to Stanford or something? Are you a business person?
Yeah. I work in business. He's an engineer.
You're in venture. You probably do transactions and acquisitions. And
Data entry, et cetera.
Yeah. And you want to fucking quantify love. Okay, go ahead.
I was just. Oh my God.
We're currently working on an algorithm for it. Yeah, that's right.
No, but listen, the alternative is when you bring up that hurt me, if he is defensive about it, how he reacts is going to be a very interesting indicator on where you take the relationship.
Do your tattoos mean anything, by the way? Like, give me an example of what you have on your arm. What do they mean?
For instance, I have a like gaslight lantern on my shoulder. Again, I'm like completely covered in tattoos.
Hot.
I'm from Santa Barbara, and we had a house in Mexico growing up. So we spent all our summers down there, and we only used gaslight lanterns because we didn't have electricity. So things like that, like a lot of childhood memories, things that, yeah, absolutely mean a lot to me. And again, like he adores them.
Any death on there? Any remembrance of dead people?
No, I'm sans dead people currently, but stay tuned.
My point of asking that is, because look, I'll tell you, people get tattoos for stupid reasons. I mean, sometimes you look at people and you're like, you look so stupid with all those tattoos. I'll be honest. I mean, I think that sometimes.
Yeah.
And then there are other tattoos that mean something and have some point of meaning. So where I'm going with it is if there's something on your body that really means a tremendous amount to you, it's like, that's a conversation to have and say, how can your parents, be mad that I wanted to, remember Ron who passed away, but you don't have Ron. Ron didn't die. So you don't really have that argument.
I have Ron.
You do? I have one tattoo. I'm all tatted up.
What does that say? What does your tattoo say?
I have one tattoo. It says 19.
19.
What does it say?
It says 19.
What does that mean?
It's just my lucky number.
Really?
Yeah. Means a lot. It meant a lot. I got it a long time ago. Now I feel like I have permission to get 18 more. But look, you should just be banging dudes. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't.
Yeah, that was the plan.
You shouldn't be dating. You shouldn't be dating anyone.
Yeah. You know what? I kind of think stick with the plan. I think stick with it.
So are you? Is the advice right now to break up?
I mean, or maybe just say, hey, I really like you. Let's hang out on occasion and fuck and laugh and whatever. And we can.
Oh my God. Eric is smiling. And
Eric Stonestreet. Instagram. My Instagram is Eric Stonestreet. No, but what she's saying is like, look, your relationship to him is situational, meaning in San Francisco, you guys are dating and it's great and he's proud of you and he loves you and you're working on the word love right now, but he's like happy. And then when it vacillates another direction, then he's like, well, but so put it right back on him and say, you know what? Like, I'm going to consider this relationship the same way you are, which is, I think you're awesome and I think you're great. And I think there's a lot of good qualities you have, but I just can't be with somebody right now. And I don't want to be with somebody right now that sees this relationship as situational.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And I don't know.
She didn't want to hear this advice, by the way.
I don't. Can you tell? Can you tell him I don't want to hear it?
She's really disappointed. How old is your boyfriend, by the way?
He's 26 and so am I. And my ex-husband was 12 years older than me. So this is the first time I've ever dated someone my own age. So I thought it was I thought I was just going to be like hanging out and like get ghosted or I don't know what everyone's doing these days. But that didn't happen.
How long were you married?
4 years, almost 5.
God, why'd you get married so young?
Daddy issues. That's it. Okay.
Well.
Hey,
just straight up abandonment issues.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I got to the bottom of them though.
Well, you haven't because you're dating a guy.
Oh no.
Because you're dating a guy who only wants to date you in perfect little happy situations.
Yeah.
That make him feel okay.
Okay.
I feel like she's just trying things out right now. She tried it with the older guy. It didn't work out because of daddy issues or whatever. Yeah. She's trying with a guy her age, but guess what? This is not the guy for you. It's completely obvious to all of us.
And, you may be romanticizing him a bit, because you've been through so much. You may be romanticizing him and the relationship a little bit. So maybe I'm just speculating, but maybe you feel like you're more in love than maybe your rational mind should let you, I guess. But so just understand.
Very right.
Yeah, but
that doesn't make you a bad person, and that doesn't make you unique. We all do that.
Yeah,
it's true.
And so I think.
So just pull the plug, go solo.
So. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Eric, yes.
Okay. I'm not going on the internet though. I can't do that.
Why?
I'm scared of it.
What's wrong with you?
Like Tinder and stuff, I can't do that.
Well, don't do Tinder, no.
Okay.
Bumble.
All right, grocery stores then.
No, you're not going to meet anybody in grocery stores.
Try Bumble. Eric is saying try Bumble.
Try Bumble.
What?
Just do it.
Okay. Well,
I know,
thank you
at least
guys.
as a
I'm
social
scared I didn't. Yeah.
As a social experiment for me. But no, but I don't think you have to totally let this guy go, but I think you should you don't have to say I'm breaking up with you, but I think you say, listen, I'd love to hang out with you, but I don't necessarily want to
be in a full-on relationship.
Yeah.
I think you're 26.
Yeah.
I think you shouldn't set timetables, but if you were going to set a timetable, my advice to you would be single for 4 years and just go meet people, have fun, have experiences, get to know people, and then in your 30s, that's when, because you're a lady and I understand there are other things that are happening with you, then start thinking about settling down with somebody. Fuck everybody else for now.
That's what
I don't mean literally do that. I mean,
I wish someone had given me that advice.
But that's what you always say. You always say, wait till you're 30.
Yeah. I wish someone had told me that.
yeah.
I think I heard that the first time you said that on the podcast. I was like, oh man, I messed up.
I've taken my own advice really too far now. I'm 45 and I'm still listening to my advice.
Yeah, I've messed up. Okay, yeah, so
We're sorry, Hannah.
All right.
I think
It's okay. No, thank you. I appreciate it. This is a hard dose of reality for me.
we love you.
Yeah, take that red flag to the dry cleaner and leave it there.
Hannah, thank you so much.
Good night.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night. Oh my gosh, she's gonna have so much fun if she lets herself.
Gosh.
She sounds like a cool girl.
Yeah.
I kind of fell in love a little bit. All those tattoos sound great. And one thing I noticed is she's rich too.
Yeah. I know how you noticed that.
Wait, well, I didn't
She
pick
grew up in Santa Barbara and went to Mexico.
Had a house in Mexico and is living in San Francisco.
And they had the slum with lanterns. I mean, come on.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah. So she's done well her family's done well there.
Yeah.
And
they're going to be okay. She's going to be fine. She's going to be okay.
And she's
I'm not worried about it.
26.
Exactly. Hey, Anna, before we wrap it up, let's talk about, she and I, we watched The Toy Box before you got here.
Oh, did you?
The first episode. We did.
I haven't even seen the whole episode.
You haven't?
Really good.
It's
the first one.
It's compelling.
Yeah.
We loved it.
Good.
Yeah.
We don't even have to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about it?
No, we can. But I don't want you to feel like you have to.
It was really good.
We really,
Oh, good.
Yes.
I was pitching Sim a judge character.
You mean a kid character?
Can you do it? Can you
No,
do
not a kid. Sorry, I'm one of the
Experts, mentors.
in the panel. I'm one of the panel members.
You want to be one of the panel.
Before we get into what is the Toy Box? Tell us what the show is.
Well, it's a show for inventors of toys that they come in and they pitch their toys to 3 mentors. The mentors are there essentially to decide if the toy is safe and, plausibly made by Mattel. And then once that passes through them, then those toys come into the toy box where there are 4 judges, and the judges are kids. And they ultimately decide the winner of the toy box. There'll be one toy. There's 35 that come in to the show, and one's going to win. And then the toy will be available the day after the show's over. Like
by Mattel.
By Mattel.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so you'll be able to finish watching the show and then next morning go to Toys R Us and buy the toy.
That's incredible.
And I got to tell you, the kids did an amazing job. Everybody's like, doesn't it suck that those people spend their whole lives and their money and come in and a kid's going to decide? It's like, well, they took their job really seriously and they really, really cared, and they were heartbroken.
And they were asking great questions. I mean, they were all such characters. The kid with the red hair.
Apparently, that's the guy from Ellen. They're all great. And they all care, and they all ask questions, great questions. And, ultimately, I think they picked the right thing. They got the right toy.
That's amazing.
I can't tell you what it is. I almost slipped.
Yeah, no, I know what it is, and I
do not.
I do know what it is.
How?
I know the toy that won the first episode.
Oh, Not ultimately, though.
No. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's going to be that's going to be in the finals.
Yeah, so at the
toy
end,
that
there's
won.
7 toys that go
Right.
for the grand poobah. So
Gotcha.
the toy you saw moves on to the
Gotcha.
finale.
I would have loved to have seen what would have happened if you guys hadn't clarified that moment. Like, I was so waiting for it to like build into something
man.
like amazing. Like, yeah, I know what the last. No, I know
you
it was.
don't. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Yeah, no, I got the. Be like, oh, this is so exciting.
This is.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's on April 7th. It starts April 7th on ABC. And I think people are going to like it. I think people will enjoy it. I think it's a show that families will be able to watch together. I think kids are going to get a kick out of it. I didn't ever want to host anything. I said no to hosting many, many things. And then when they brought this to me, I liked the element of getting to work with the kids and also, working with people who have this massive passion and have dedicated so much of their life and their time to this one thing. And it's really fun working and being around and seeing life through the eyes of kids, because life sucks and is more complex as you get older. So it's nice to be reminded that it can be as simple as, did I have fun playing with that toy or not?
Did you have fun playing with this podcast tonight?
I did have fun. This is really nice. Is it over? Just be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
It might be over.
Okay.
All right. Well, you can follow us on Unqualified and all our social media.
Oh, wait. No, wait.
Oh, wait. Oh, what? Oh, I know what you're going to do.
What are you going to do?
I do this thing, it's called Fuck You Sim. And on the count of 3, we say fuck you, Sim.
Fuck you, Sim.
Yeah. Are you
Like
okay?
pointed?
It can be whatever emotion you choose to put behind it. That's your choice.
Okay. Let me clear my throat.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fuck you, Sim.
Good night, everyone.
Oh, yours was sort of
That was great.
soft and low.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sim.